The first poem is for somebody who was very dear to me, very close to me, and like Ruhidi just said in her poem, like, forgetting you is a crime which I cannot commit. So, the title of the poem is So Deep, So Lost. Love with you was so deep, I can write a poem on you. Your drowsy eyes, so deep that if I swim in them, maybe I'll never get out. Those little crook teeth, how adorably they fit your mouth. The tall pointed nose, I envy you for having one. Those big ears, which you move when I ask you to do so. Those chubby cheeks, which I pull out of the blue. Those tiny lips, I could kiss them all day. That bushy, unshaped hair, which I always ruffle on. Those thick eyebrows, that royal mustache, that gentleman's beard. I did not fall in love with all these. I fell in love with you, so everything else was beautiful about you. Love with you was so deep, I lost the meaning of love. And there's one more. It's a snippet which is also written, which was also written long back. I wrote it on the 17th of December 2016. 16th of October, the day that still pierced my heart. That's the title of the snippet. Lately, I've been keeping my head cool, but one afternoon, I had this urge to reread our conversation. I scrolled them one after the other, smiling and smirking all alone. December went by, November came in, and then came October. The month I hadn't realized was already there in front of my eyes. I read the messages. I came to a halt. I saw how I was expressing my feelings to you. Whatever was in my heart, and all you could reply was a good night. I wanted to know the answers to many questions back then. I could see how I asked you many things, and maybe I did annoy you back then. You were just too polite to confront it. I'm sorry and I miss you became common in random messages for you. You were sick back then. I tried to suggest you a remedy. All I could do from far. I was worried about you. Some of my texts were 8 to 9 in a row, all about me expressing my thoughts, or anger, or frustration, or desperateness. I couldn't tell them to people because there was no point in telling them to anyone. But just to remind you, you never replied to those long texts. You asked me to keep things personal to myself. I told you about how much I get hurt when I saw you in my dream. You replied, "It hurts because you loved me more than I could." I came to the text where I had spoken about seeing you in my dream again. I saw you in my dream again. You felt so real. You cuddled me, kissed my forehead, and said I looked pretty. I smirked. You said you're not lying and cuddled me more tightly. And then I woke up. I had asked you how you managed to remain calm and carefree with your life. You said that because you don't share your feelings and you keep yourself distracted. It was 17th of October. I was leaving town that day, and I was hoping you would come see me off. I only got a text from you saying, "Safe journey." Then came that fateful day, 16th of October. When I recall that day, it still passes a stinging feeling in my heart. I still shed tears to that day. Maybe I'm not completely healed yet. I'm just pretending to be strong like nothing ever happened. When I think about that day, I feel like going back in time, hug myself and tell myself things will be fine. Maybe pretending all this time has made me harsh. More than 2 months away from you, I have stopped expressing myself. I started keeping things to myself. I discovered myself. And guess what? I discovered you again. I wrote this for somebody who was very dear to me and I lost that person. Writing is not something you do deliberately. It just comes to you. And for me, writing is something where I can express myself wholeheartedly rather than in words. So that's how I started writing, not only just poetry, snippets, and some short stories as well. Also, if you want to read my other posts, I have a Tumblr account. You can check out there. These are from my Tumblr account as well, since I did not get time to write them. Thank you.